It's the morning of Liisu's birthday, but instead of having cake for breakfast, they just killed a cute hen, and now we're having chicken soup. Ring, ring, ring. Here I am, sitting on a tuk-tuk on the middle of Amazon River. And I'm just wondering, in your life, do you guys sometimes think as well, how the heck did I get here? Hey guys, as a travel YouTuber, part of my job is finding cool adventures. And some you find on internet. Some are like common knowledge, you know, pyramids, Machu Picchu. But every now and then you end up hearing about a place that sounds so unreal that it might just be a legend. And today I actually wanna show you one of those places. Or to be more exact, today we're gonna talk about the road that takes you to Iquitos, world's biggest jungle town with over 500,000 people living in it. And no roads connecting it with the rest of the world. The first time I heard about the place where we're heading today was actually in Dominican Republic. It was after me and Liisu had seen probably the most beautiful sunset of our lives. And then in the middle of Dominican night, a girl from Italy called Coco told us about this place. Luckily, I recorded what she was saying, and it went a little bit like this.
Get to Tarapoto, then get a colectivo to Yurimaguas. It's a port. It's the last street, the northernmost street in Peru.
So the translation for this part would be drive to the end of the world, to the place where all roads end. The road you see here is pretty much the last road. Behind those houses over there starts the Amazon River.
Then from there you buy a hammock at the market and you go to the port and you ask a captain to bring you on the deck.
So yep, second part would be try to find a captain in a country where you don't speak the language, in a place you've never been before. Our next goal is to find a captain who would be willing to take us on his or her boat. Oh, and by the way, this definitely wasn't the right port. So, we're headed to the next one. But we're gonna have to find the captain of one of those ships and hope that he wants to take us on board. So as it turns out, this here is the second port where boats don't go where we want to go. We have to grab another tuk-tuk and hope that we will get to the next place. And now we've made it to the third port. Yeah. Right away Alex jumped near us, told us that there's a boat leaving in 2 hours, and I guess we're gonna take that boat. And next up, Alex took us on a boat tour. The whole boat is just full of everything that needs to go to Iquitos, because well, that's the only way to transport big things over there. First, we saw some chickens. Then, the bathroom. Then, second floor and a bedroom. And there's a luxury rooftop where we can watch the stars. At least that's the selling point that Alex told us. Our boat is leaving in 1.5 hours, and we just realized we don't have enough cash because surprise, surprise, on Amazon River nobody accepts cards. So now I have to find a taxi, run to town and get our last supplies. Our first stop, an ATM. Second stop, food store to grab something on the road because I've got no idea what are they gonna feed us. While I was shopping like a kid, Liisu actually did something that was useful.
Okay, I actually bought 2 hammocks and water.
And just so you know, so far this trip has cost us about $30 for the ticket to Iquitos and about $15 for the hammock per person. $45 for a all-inclusive boat trip in the middle of Amazon jungle. And the third part of the story goes a little bit like this.
When you hang your hammock, you have nothing to do, they give you food, you chill in the sun, it's really hot, it's really incredible.
Okay, no translation needed here. That's quite straightforward. Just do nothing for 3 days. And this is where our journey begins. Yes, we were ready by 3 o'clock. But the crew seemed to need a little bit more time. And then some more. By 11 at night, we were stress eating and starting to doubt if that journey was ever gonna happen. If we're still not gone in the morning, we'll figure something out. I woke up with the sun, and to see us moving, well, it felt good. Really, really good. It is so loud in here, I just couldn't speak, but it feels absolutely amazing. And now for the next 2 days we're just gonna be cruising on an Amazon River, just like this. When I thought that my mood couldn't be any better, I saw an Amazon River dolphin. Holy crap! Wow! And yes, then it was time to take that good mood indoors. This meal here is kind of the proof that I never want to go to jail. Oatmeal. So for breakfast we got 2 little buns and an oatmeal. It's kind of weird because next to us is sitting the crew who are having chicken and rice and platano. After breakfast we started to sense what the next 3 days were gonna be like. We practiced yoga, went for a walk, or at least that's what we called it, on a boat. And tried out different places to sit. I'm honestly super glad that we took that tuk-tuk with us on the boat, because it's my favorite place here. Where to, my beautiful lady?
To the Amazon.
As we're riding on this cargo ship, the captain is constantly switching sides of the river, and this is because this river is not very deep and we have a lot of stuff on our boat, so he's just looking for the deepest spot. And then there was the hammocks. I could swear we tried every way to use that thing. After that, we had lunch. Then the crew decided to stop in a small fisherman village to buy a little bit of bread, and I saw an opportunity to fly the drone. After that, once again, we went for a walk, but filmed it from another angle to make it a little bit more interesting for you. Ooh, and then I tried to be productive. Yes, I honestly tried. And you guessed it, we went for another walk. And then we came back to the tuk-tuk to eat some chips. Just before the sunset, we had a little bit of excitement. A boat stopped next to ours and somebody came on. We were hoping it's not the pirates.
Because if it's pirates, we are on the dead. It's not possible to survive. No! Help us!
And who wouldn't be happy seeing a sunset like this?
¡Hola, señorito! ¡Señorita! El sunset, por favor! Es guapísimo, it's hermoso.
I'm just here for the background. Nothing in particular. Not about me.
The nights on the boat were no less special than the days. We had full moon, and it was so light that the captain didn't have to turn on lights. It felt magical.
When you look at me this way, I find it hard to not give in.
As it turns out, a lot of our cargo was being unloaded the second night, and this made us quite late on our schedule. Today is Liisu's birthday. Since the boat is going to be late, we are not able to celebrate it the way we wanted to. So if we could, it would be super fun if you could show her some love in the comments down below. And I'll try to do my best in here to make her feel special today. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. It's the morning of Liisu's birthday, but instead of having cake for breakfast, they just killed a cute hen, and now we're having chicken soup.
I know for sure that the chickens are fresh. Very fresh. Bye!
And yes, I did my best to keep the mood up. And surprisingly, it was actually working. After breakfast, we continued with a regular routine. First yoga. Then I decided to fly the drone on a moving boat. So those beautiful drone shots that you have been seeing, they come with a cost. These are drone propellers, and yeah, the boat is going quite fast, so I wasn't able to properly land. Then the tuk-tuk, some birthday lemonade, the hammocks, lunch. Then we were fighting with the rain, and yes, the hammocks again. And after that, we witnessed something I'm never ever gonna forget. Although some of them have been doing it for 30 years, it looks like they're doing it for the first time.
They found a way. I think they're gonna cut themselves through the jungle. Create a new road.
We were gonna unload the cars, and not in a port, but we simply drove to the shore of the river. Oh yes, and during that process we pretty much got hit by a tropical storm.
This get the car off the boat.
Last afternoon on the boat was smooth sailing. We enjoyed the good weather that followed the storm. And so many local villages and their ways of life from afar. Okay, not everything that we saw was good. But that's just the way the locals live in here. see, my friends, the sun is setting over our first biggest jungle town called Nauta. We're just gonna unload a little bit more stuff from the cargo ship, and then there's gonna be the last night on Amazon River. I can't wait for it. Like, this adventure has already been so much more than I expected. Just look at this rainbow. A memorable birthday dinner.
Yes.
Bread and butter. There it is, Iquitos, the biggest jungle town in the world. But to me, this boat ride, this boat trip has been so much more than just transportation from point A to point B. It's a perfect example of how a journey is at least as important as the destination itself. We've gained insight to the way how local people live here in Amazon. We've seen how from total chaos, results just emerge. And of course, we've had a front row seat to one of the world's most amazing rivers and the nature surrounding it. So if there is one idea I can leave you with today, my friends, it would be, whatever the goal you're working for at the moment, I hope you will have at least a little bit of time to also enjoy the journey that is taking you there. Next Thursday, I'm gonna discover Iquitos, one of the craziest and most unique towns in the world. I hope you'll join me. Goodbye, my friends. Take care.